Life for me growing up, I was raised with both parents inside of the homes. They taught me right from wrong. They raised me up in church. I'm the one that became rebellious. So at the age of 15, I committed a robbery charge. I felt like my whole childhood was just ripped from me. I blamed everybody else but myself for my own mistakes. I was getting released after serving 4 years, but the city of Leavenworth told me that they didn't want me back. So immediately, I had anger built up. I became more resentful toward everybody. And that's when, once I got released, I reverted back to the criminal lifestyle. I ended up serving a total of 7 years. I felt broken down. I felt alone. I felt like I had nothing. I was at rock bottom. And that's when I called out to God and I asked God, like, Lord, if you're real, help me. I felt like I needed to do something different. If not, I was gonna end up spending the rest of my life in prison or dead in the grave. And while I was in Lansing, I seen how the environment was completely different than, a prison environment. The brothers there were compassionate, loving and caring, run around hugging people. And when I accepted Christ into my life, that's when, for the first time in my life, I felt peace. Even though I was still locked up physically, I felt free mentally and spiritually. And it was just comforting. Brothers in Blue, as I'm listening, doing the worksheets and studying, reading the Bible for myself, I'm seeing and discovering so many people had made mistakes, from murderers, from being thieves, liars. And I seen how God was able to use those individuals once they gave their life to God and they were actually able to be impactful. I knew that God was going to use me for something great. I just knew that I had to be sold out. I couldn't compromise my beliefs. I knew I had to stand up on the word of God and be faithful to God, just like those great mighty men that God used at that time, who also had made mistakes in their lives. Brothers in Blue, they definitely are a very strong accountability group. They provide you with the tools that you need to succeed in life. We all have a purpose, and Brothers in Blue, they'll teach you to discover your purpose in life. They'll give you hope. When no one else was there for me, they were there for me. And I feel like if you truly want to make an impact and really want to make a difference in someone's life, you have to have a servant mentality. You have to be willing to help, assist, and guide people, because people don't have all the answers. And because someone did it for me, I knew that if I did it for the community and do it for different individuals, it's going to create a movement. Eventually, everyone is going to start catching on. That selfless mentality eventually is going to start leaving, and people just going to naturally start having that compassion and the desire to serve just like Christ did. I felt hopeless when I was inside of that prison cell by myself. When I cried out to God, and I asked him to come into my life, at that moment when he spoke to my heart, that's when I felt hope. I felt like nothing else mattered. I felt like a difference was going to take place. Change was there. Everything that you needed, Brothers in Blue provided for you, and you were able to walk through the program and practice those tools before you transition back into society. So when you transition to society, because you've been practicing it every single day, failure is no longer an option. You're going to be successful, and Brothers in Blue gives you the hope for that. That was good, wasn't it? I felt that.